episode of Cooking Like Medea. I'm Tania, and today we're just going to do something quick. I am going to step away from doing the full meals and just do a couple of entrees for you from time to time. So I got a call about frying some pork chops. Got some thin pork chops. So let me tell you about me. I use lard. I do. I fry my chicken. I fry my fish. I fry my pork chops in lard. It gives me the best flavor. If you're one and you do the keto, lard is what's best for you. I don't like all of these oils and things. I go straight for the jugular. We're doing lard today. So I have 2 pork chops that I have rinsed with cool water and and some white vinegar. You know, I like to wash all of my vegetables as well as all of my proteins with just some regular white distilled vinegar. I have my pan on and I'm gonna put some lard in there. And I know you guys are going, lard. That's what I said, that's what I mean. But here's the thing about cooking pork chops that I think a lot of people don't understand. You do not, I repeat, you do not have to fill up the pan. A ½ inch is really all that's needed. Because the pork chop is thin anyway, right guys? So my staples, my salt, my pepper, my onion powder, and my garlic powder. I've already put some flour, some baking powder, and some seasonings into my flour. I know you guys are trying to figure that out. The baking powder gives it a little extra crisp, a little extra crunch. Now what I don't do, I don't do the egg wash. I don't do any of that. Literally, this is enough for everything that I need. And as my lard is melting, I'm going to shake my pork chops. See that? I probably actually put a little bit too much in there. But that's okay. But you do not need a lot of oil for your thin cut pork chops. This is a nice pork chop. It's got the bone in it and everything else. Literally, I use oil. I use lard to fry. It's my favorite. You're getting more of that extra kind of fat, more of that made up stuff, kind of like we talked about with the margarine versus the butter. I use butter. Same thing with this. My other alternative to this is avocado oil. Okay? So I want to make sure that these are really good. Because here's something else for me to admit. I like the fat off of the pork chop too. Okay? So let's see. Good job. This isn't going to take long at all. Put it in on the back. Why? You want to be careful of the splatter. The pork chops are a lot like salmon. Guys, we be overcooking. And we don't want to do that. Uh-oh. Forgot my light ring was right there. So, I know usually you would normally see me cooking in my cast iron skillet, but I'm really trying to get a handle on this stainless steel, and this is my fryer here. So I want to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. You see how it's not covered? You don't have to necessarily deep fry a pork chop. You can just fry it up. I wanted a nice, crispy, golden brown. So it can give me a nice crunch. It's gonna be so good. Yeah, it's going. Looking good. You don't have to cook this one at room temperature. I do like to brine my pork though and give it that nice juiciness. We're going to talk about that more this week. I'm going to do a thicker pork chop, kind of like on the cusp of a good restaurant that I like. And they do this pork chop, and it is everything. My favorite part is right there. Again, share this with your folks that aren't great cooks and they want to learn it from beginning to end. Share this with your college students that are cooking without your help for the first time. Share that with them so that they can see it, so that they can understand it, so that they can eat it. Now, even though I've done all of this for Tyler, he says to me, Mama, I don't like cooking as much as you do. So you do have to kind of warm it in. So you can see. Looking real good. When this is finished, I'm going to drain it. And I'm going to eat it. I haven't decided if I'm going to make a pork chop sandwich or if I'm going to add some sides to it. I have a few things in the refrigerator that I could just warm up. Any of those would be okay. It's doing really well. See that? less than 10 minutes. We got a good pork chop done. Okay. I want this to be a little more cooked. Yep. There you go. Pork chops.